I had every intention of being an incredibly serious actor.
Same.
When I started actor
Same.
training. And I had visions of, being Prospero at the Nash.
Well, Ginger Johnson, thank you so much for joining me here in the garden.
Thank you. It's gorgeous.
Well, you've dressed as my hollyhocks, actually.
I knew they were here. I thought I'd coordinate as best I could.
I don't know if they're hollyhocks or foxgloves. I probably got it wrong anyway. But digitalis, I think they're called. That's it. But I talk about gardening, but I don't know that much, really. I just like it.
Good, I know absolutely nothing.
Great. This is perfect. But I like how you've worn green, though. It's very much a nod to kind of a Margot.
Yes, it is exactly. That's exactly who I was thinking of this morning as I was tying this plastic wig into a bow.
Oh, it looks fabulous. You look incredible. I'm so honoured. We're so honoured to have you here. And I know we've been talking, even before the cameras were rolling, we feel like there's lots to talk about, including drag and queer performances and performance spaces, and also your tour. As we don't even need to worry about gardening. It's great. But of course, people know you because you are a RuPaul's Drag Race champion.
Yes, I am.
And was it 2025?
I have absolutely no idea.
At
it's
some
so
point.
long ago.
At some point.
And even then, it was a long time that we filmed it before it happened. I think it was 2024.
2024.
Yes.
Great.
And then 2025, I won MasterChef.
That's what I'm confusing it with. That is exactly what I'm confusing it with.
Now I just need to win something this year.
What are you going to do this year?
I got the triple.
Finally. I mean, RuPaul's Drag Race, of course, we all love it. And I remember when it first started, and it was on, I think it was on Netflix. And Netflix had that tab. Do you remember it had like a tab for LGBT? It was very like, oh, well, if you must watch things, it's a little tucked away little tab.
I remember illegally downloading it on my flatmate's laptop while I was at uni when it first came out.
Right.
And that season now, if you go back and watch the very, very first season all the way back in the day,
yes,
they call it the lost season because the tapes disappeared for a while.
Oh.
But it literally looks like someone has taken a full handful of Vaseline and smeared it over the camera.
We forget everything's so high definition now, isn't it?
Yeah, terrifying.
So sharp. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yes, it was a bit like that. You did sort of, I remember it feeling quite dream state.
Yeah.
Like kind of, and there was always those very cheap prizes they used to give. It's like a pair of glasses, I seem to remember, was the prize.
One of the queens from that era does a podcast where she calls people up and asks them whether they were ever given the prizes that they were promised.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, yeah. Well, it was a double-page spread in a magazine and a cruise and a pair of glasses.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that.
A wig wardrobe.
A wig, yeah, things like that. It was quite something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Quite a different time. Simpler times.
I won and I didn't get a single thing.
Oh, classic BBC. Don't you get a
I
blue
got a
picture?
shiny hat and a stick.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, but in America now they get like
it's about $250,000, I think.
Well, God bless the BBC and its strict rules. But I think as well, we were talking before, but we sort of had experience of a similar kind of queer scene growing up, I think. And I remember when I came out, drag was something you would see, but it wasn't as omnipresent as it is now. And now it's much more in the fore, isn't it, in the mainstream?
It certainly wasn't acceptable, even in some cases.
Right.
I mean, I started doing drag because I wanted license to be a lunatic, you know?
Yeah,
There was something anarchistic about it
Yes.
and a little bit weird around the edges
Yeah.
and certainly not something that you would be particularly proud of.
But it was like that. It was very underground and very seen as something kind of quite, that people, I don't know, people would do quite secretively or quite sort of, I want to say anonymously almost.
Yeah, and there was that sort of behind the curtain element of it was always really fabulous. And that's not to say that, you know, the more prevalent drag has become in the mainstream, the better. The more we see queer people thriving, being artistic and doing amazing things on television is wonderful.
Yes.
But I do wistfully think sometimes of back in that early period when I had first gotten to London, so we're talking like early 2000s.
Oh, yes.
Where it did feel sort of weird and dangerous and outlawed and, you know, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So,
And kind of like gay clubs, you wouldn't really know where gay bars were and have to sort of like go with friends and sort of, they were still quite hidden away. Not completely. It wasn't like the 70s or something, but it was still a bit underground.
Well, it's not that long ago that they used to cover the windows.
Well, I was going to say about that. I remember the Vauxhall Tavern. It was still like that at the Vauxhall Tavern, though.
Yeah, still no windows at the Vauxhall Tavern.
Alfie remembers going past that as a kid and calling it the Baldy Men pub. He said all these men. As a kid, he just remembers all these bald men, obviously. So
It still is.
It still is like that.
I'm one of them.
Tell me about it. Mama, I'm home.
The Vauxhall Tavern was one of the very first places I saw drag in London.
Oh, because
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of like, hasn't it got some UNESCO World Heritage Site now or something?
It has. There are ley lines that run through the Royal
Oh,
Vauxhall
I
Tavern.
bet.
You know,
I bet there
it's like the
Certainly
stone.
people have been laid.
It's like homosexual Stonehenge, you know,
Oh,
when the
it's
light
round.
runs through the optics in the right way. At midsummer, Savage appears. You know?
Oh yes, I bet that's true. I mean, because obviously all that history, and it's so weird. I always think that it's got like MI5 just across the way, and then it's got like, and then it's just kind of little pub, which I remember when I first went there, it felt enormous, but as I've gotten older, it sort of feels like more sort of.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's a great play. Spies and drag queens at the RVT.
Oh,
that's a great starting point for a play, I think.
Well, apparently there was talk in the Second World War that if we needed to have our own like French resistance,
Right.
It would be the queer community because they already had a secret language. And have you ever heard this? Is true. They already, I mean, it wouldn't be that
Polari,
subtle.
yeah.
But so it would make. They had an underground network. They knew how to communicate with each other, so it'd be a perfect place.
Was it Noel Coward that was a spy?
He was sent to America in a sort of in a kind of spy way.
And he was funded by the government to have these big parties and find out information from people, wasn't he?
I think, and to garner support in America for
Yeah.
America's supporting, like the Allies, joining the Allies. I think that's
Talk
what
about hidden in plain sight.
I mean, what a guy! Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. I think that's what he did. But he was, yeah, he would have been a great spy, I suppose. But a bit obvious to be mincing around in a dressing gown.
Maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe spies have got it all wrong.
Do you think
They have the archetype of the grey man, don't they? That's how to be a
Yes.
good spy, to be the grey man.
blending into the background?
Maybe, being the opposite of that is actually
Actually
the
the best way
future of
to do it.
espionage. I mean, the only stuff I know about any sort of espionage is from Allo Allo. So
That's what I was thinking as I said it, and I thought I always make these references to sitcoms that no one's ever heard of. But of course, we're in a similar
that's
era.
my life.
Why did we? I mean, I watch it back now, Allo Allo, sometimes, and it was so camp as well, like the fallen Madonna with the big boob,
Amazing.
hiding the salami or whatever.
Absolutely amazing. All those sitcoms from that era are the reason that I exist, I think. You know,
Same.
watching those endlessly on Saturday afternoons when it was raining. You
so
know, like
good,
that kind of thing.
Hefflick.
And The Good Life as well.
The Good Life,
All of them.
course. And there's. I mean, I was sort of drawn to them in a way that even if they weren't like current series, I'd want to watch old series. Or
Yeah.
like the two Ronnies I was obsessed with. There's a small why? It doesn't
I think they're just quintessentially camp.
Yeah,
They're
I think
so
you're right.
camp. I think they come from a period of entertainment history where camp was the thing.
yeah.
It was the thing that we were pushing for. So it's everywhere.
Yes.
It's so pervasive in all of the culture.
And it's so extraordinary as well, I always think, because a lot of the time it was so outrageous, but was had this sort of double life, was able to exist in kind of polite society. I always loved Round the Horn. I don't know.
Oh,
if you're a fan.
yes. Love Round the Horn.
But the things they used to talk about in Polari was just like terrible.
Sandy and
Julian and Sandy.
Julian and Sandy. Yeah, amazing.
There's one where they're talking about someone. I've been stung. He's been stung, Mr. Horn. He's been stung. And Mr. Horn says, "Oh, what's the problem?" He said, "Oh, Portuguese man of war." He said, he said jellyfish. Portuguese man of war. I've lost it. It's basically, I can't do it. He said, "No, I never saw him in uniform." Is the punchline. But anyway, that sort of way, that kind of camp, outrageous camp, really.
I have a friend, a drag queen called Lavinia Co-op, who must be in her 80s now. She was like part of the very beginnings of the civil rights movement in the UK. She was there at the GLF. I nearly said the LGB Alliance, which is entirely the opposite.
Very
thing.
different. Oh, yes, very
She was there,
different.
and she was in a troupe called the Blue Lips. And,
right.
I interviewed her years and years ago, all about her life. And Julian and Sandy was actually the part of media that made her realise that she was queer, because she was born with this voice that sounded exactly like them, and it was the only thing in the wider culture that reflected that, and she learnt from that she was a queer person. So, and that's representation, folks.
That is it, though, isn't it? But I always say as well, like, maybe I'm building my own part here, but I do think that, like, light-hearted entertainment can be as rebellious and can be as impactful as any, kind of protest or any kind of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes a lot of those queer performers and camp performers of that time are sometimes slightly dismissed. But I always think, well, no, like Noel Coward as well. Like they did have in a subtle way, but they were able to make the queer present.
In people's living rooms.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
Spectacular.
And I do think as well, we have these little antennae as queer people, where we look out for other people, we look out for messages quite. And like you say about your friend Lavinia, is that right?
Lavinia, yeah.
Lavinia, and how you said she had a different voice, and I had a different voice to my family. And it's like we're these little aliens that sort of somehow crop up in mainstream society, and we just look out for these other little aliens who are also walking amongst us.
My little antenna went off in the car on the way over here because as I stepped into the car, the driver changed the music to Madonna. I was like, clocked. I've been clocked.
Oh, good. Oh, quite right. Oh, that's nice. You had a nice little bop on the way down.
Lovely.
We both have sort of a similar background in that we started out in theatre and sort of doing performance in that way.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lovely thing actually that now it feels like drag exists in a much more broad theatre sense. It's about storytelling as much as it is about entertaining drunk gays.
I had every intention of being an incredibly serious actor when I started acting training. And I had visions of, being Prospero at the Nash. And that was actually my monologue that I did at acting school. That was one of the... about sycorax being cleaved into the tree and all that kind of
wonderful.
thing. And I was convinced that was my future.
Oh, I was Iago, if we want to.
Oh, right, okay. But could never take myself seriously enough to do it in the end.
Sure.
And I think when the wigs took over and I sort of gave up on the idea of being this serious classical actor, I sort of promised myself that maybe when I reached the sort of haggard Gambon stage of my life, maybe I could return and be a character actor.
There's nothing to say you can't.
Well, I get more haggard by the day and I've not got any offers.
You keep working on it. Not haggard enough. Not haggard enough.
But in the meantime, I just make my own shows and put myself in them.
This is the thing, isn't it? That actually... necessity is the mother of all invention, of course. But we end up actually doing things that probably are more suited to us. I feel for myself. Like, do you know what I mean? I think I had a dream similarly of years. I remember making myself go and see a lot of plays that I actually remember quite boring. And everyone was like, wasn't that amazing? Incredible. Yeah, incredible. I was like,
Go to a Sarah Kane play and trying to have a nice time.
Oh, that's it. Yes.
Lovely time at the theatre.
Down at that Royal Court. All those serious plays they used to do. Miserable, serious plays. And a lot of the time that kind of world of wow, blah blah's directed. Oh my God, have you heard about such and such? Yeah, it's so cool. But not really having any connection to it outside of that, just wanting to be part of it really. And I think in a more kind of flippant sideshow, I've found myself much more kind of belonging.
I remember going to see a production by Knee High Theatre Company, which was
yes.
Emma Rice, that then went on to be creative director of the RSC.
Yes.
And they were an amazing company that had music and clowning and magic and all sorts of fabulous circus skills and things in their show. And I remember coming into a lecture the next day and talking about it with the people, and my theatre lecturer just passing it off and saying, "Oh, that's pop concert theatre.
Oh,
it's pop concert theatre," and feeling so ashamed at the time that I'd loved it so much. And now, in hindsight, I should have been incredulous about it. Like, what, we're supposed to go to the theatre and not have fun?
Yeah, but that's kind of how it was presented when I don't know if it's still the case. Maybe it is.
Oh, I don't
serious
think so.
play, earnest
Can't
plays
be.
about kind of all kind of I don't know if any of us ever came out inspired. I think they sort of saw themselves we're revolutionaries. I'm like, you're not really though, are you? You're in a theatre. It's still people are going out for an ice cream in the interval. So I don't know. It's not exactly the Bolsheviks. But yeah, I think that's it's a very similar path to what I trod, and I took a long time to sort of find my way in. And I think it's better for that. In a way. I think
definitely.
I appreciate it now.
How did you end up in stand-up then from there?
Well, I just talked a lot, and then
that'll do it.
I did, and do you know what as well? Oh, next door stop. What I realised was I wasn't getting any parts. That was the main reason.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that somebody who's 18 and really likes Noel Coward and just sort of likes Kenneth Williams and just enjoys telling funny stories. Actually, there's no, I turn up at an audition, people would be furious.
Yeah.
That I was like, you're not going to help me.
Yes, I had such a similar experience to this. My housemate, when I was leaving drama school, I lived with this guy who was a photographer, and he took my first set of headshots, right? In the living room of our horrible student accommodation. We threw a sheet up on the wall.
Perfect.
I got my hair cut, probably for the first time in about 3 years. Black polo neck, to really seriously
Very
down the
serious.
lens. He took these amazing, really moody, serious headshots for me. And then they would go out to all the casting directors. And the only opportunities that would come back would be things like murderer, man who pushes man off roof, like fraudster, or they were all like really intense, evil things.
Yes.
And then I would turn up to the casting. Woo!
Oh, of course, yes.
Hi everyone, next, like immediate next. It was such a waste of time.
Oh,
yeah.
but no, those things, and of course, when you're young, those things feel so massive, and they are so massive. But in truth, they do steer us on our path. And you think there is kind of a.
I should have just done some really fey headshots with a little pink lip.
But I mean, that was a time though when I do feel like there wasn't that much representation for us. Like people, they were like, they sort of wanted some sort of queerness, but on their own terms. I think. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't like
and never something serious.
Yeah.
We were a fun entertainment comedy figure.
Yes.
Which was a mode of survival. Really, I think.
I agree.
That came from much earlier. And, thank God things have changed now. There is amazing, serious drama about queer lives that we can see on TV and in cinema
the variety
and the theatre.
of it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Really, really fabulous.
Growing up, like, I don't know if you did this, I used to watch Channel 4 when they had film, like they'd have a queer cinema night on every kind of 6 months, and I'd have to like stay up late and somehow get to the television without anybody else being near me and watch these films, but they were always so depressing.
Oh, yeah, Clapham Junction. Do you remember that one?
Oh, my God. With the ashtray at the end.
I remember being at the very start of my sort of queer awakening and seeing that film and thinking, oh, God, it's not worth it.
It really did feel like that. The couple getting married and he's checking the waiter on the same day. I remember it quite vividly.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, it all seems a bit bleak, doesn't it?
Is that the one with Mama Cass in it?
Oh.
No, that's A Beautiful Thing, is that called? That's another incredibly sad.
Oh, a lot of the time. And there's beautiful. Yeah, maybe that's got Mama Cass. That's Alfie's favourite, actually, beautiful thing. That's the one about the two teenagers.
And they're on like a housing estate.
They're on a council estate up the road.
Yeah.
There's a lot about peppermint foot cream. I remember that.
I don't remember that.
That was bizarrely. That was just up the road from here where I grew up. And I never saw that one. And that one probably would have been the one I would have been like, oh, that would have been quite helpful to see.
Well, I've since been to Clapham Junction, and it's not as terrifying as that film is.
It's quite, it's quite boring.
Yeah.
It's got a limited array of shops, I'd say, at that train station.
And it's full of gays having a wonderful life.
Yeah, they seem quite happy there.
Very gay.
Too gay, you could say.
Far too gay. What's in the water?
I don't know what they're doing. Tell you, Junction. Putting the junk into Junction. I couldn't. They're too cool. I think the Clapham gays for me.
Oh, right.
They're too cool. I couldn't live there. They're too. They
See, I'm indescribably cool, so that doesn't
work. That's fine. You would be fine. You would love
People often say that about me. Wow, she's so cool.
So cool. So cool. I know.
That middle-aged cross-dresser. So cool.
They do. Don't you worry about that. Yes, I've always... I think, everybody seems very confident there, and I'd always think I'm not quite as confident as them.
Right.
I always felt like that, though, when I came out and used to go out to places. It did feel like there was a lot of queer people who were just like, had it all together. Do you know, like those people who, like, at 18 had a boyfriend that was, like, that they lived with, and everything was sort of sorted.
I think I kind of ended up in drag because of that, I've never really liked nightclubs. I mean, over the years, I've had a lot of fun in a lot of nightclubs, but that's not my environment.
Sure.
It's a bit loud, and I like to sit down.
Yes, same.
I like to sit down, have a nice chat with people, drink a nice cocktail.
That's what the music. Why does it have to be so loud all the time?
I don't know. Because they're preaching to the wrong people.
That's obvious. I mean, that's the other thing in gay films, queer films. They would be like a gay couple would meet in a bar. Well, you can't meet anyone in a bar because you go, hello. What?
So being
yes.
in drag in those situations, it sort of gave me a job to do, gave me a reason, a validated reason to be in the building.
Lovely.
You know, where before I maybe didn't feel like I had a valid reason to be there because I was maybe hadn't fully actualized yet, or I hadn't come to be comfortable with myself. So being in drag made me feel like I've got a right to be here.
Yes.
And if I can entertain people at the same time, then great.
Maybe I sort of felt that a bit as a stand-up, actually, because often, like Friday nights, Saturday nights, everybody else seemed to know what they were doing. They had like a plan. But I would be working as a stand-up and turning up in like Nottingham and just having like, oh, well, I've got a reason to, exactly like you say, dip into the comedy club, sort of be around these people who are drunk. And actually, I don't really want to be there longer than my 20 minutes. And then I was like, well, I've done it now. Go home and have a peppermint tea. But yeah, how interesting, because I think, again, not to keep drawing comparisons between us, hope you don't mind me doing it, but I know that you wrote a monologue for, was it when you were at university, you wrote a monologue for an older lady?
Yes.
And you couldn't find anyone else to play it, so
yes.
that was that, I mean, is that your origin story?
That was kind of the start of me playing with drag, yeah. So I wasn't doing the performance course, I'd originally signed up to do a script writing course. Because I'd done a lot of writing, I'd written plays at school, and I'd written sort of stuff outside of that at drama clubs and things like that. And I think in my heart of heart, I had wanted to go and do the acting degree, but it had maybe felt a bit, it might have been, I don't know, maybe I was giving up on a part of myself that I wasn't quite ready to give up on. So I went to do the writing degree, and it shared some modules with the acting degree. And the lovely people on my course, it was a very small course on the writing course, and an even smaller number of that number were actually engaging in doing any kind of work whatsoever. So
there were some dossers.
Yes. So for the first 6 months of the degree, it was basically me and the lecturer talking to each other, which was nice. It was like one-to-one tuition that I was getting, but I didn't feel like I was getting, that experience that I wanted. But having shared a module with some of the lunatics on the acting course and meeting these people and thinking, I've got to get up every morning and spend time with you. This is what I need to do. And I figured, I could write in my own time, but I couldn't have acting, voice and text lessons in my own time. I couldn't have speech and drama lessons and all of that kind of thing. So I moved over into the performance side. But right in the middle of that transition, one of the modules we were doing, we had to write a radio play, a monologue radio play, and recording it was part of getting it marked. And I had written this play based on the women that I'd grown up around in the Northeast. And it was actually quite a sad, I seem to remember, I haven't read it in a very long time, but it was definitely a story about, and here she is. It was a story about a child being lost in the waves at the beach.
Classic. But do you know what? The sun's come out.
I know.
The sun always shines on the righteous.
But yeah, I had no actress to do it, so I just sort of did it myself.
Would I be right, and I'm not a clairvoyant, but I get a little antenna spidey sense here, there was a little bit of a connection with you and maybe a bit of Alan Bennett. I'm only speaking from my own experience. I don't mean to lump you in with me yet again.
There is a cream cracker under my sofa.
Exactly what I was thinking about.
We actually did Talking Heads for GCSE English.
Oh, the dream.
That was our text for GCSE English. And that was a big moment for me being introduced to that.
A bed amongst the lentils. Yes, what a lovely selection of monologues they were.
They did them all during COVID at the Bridge Theatre, and I went to see all of them because I'd never seen them live before.
No, I've never seen them.
And they're so, so brilliant. The writing in them is so brilliant. Yeah. And it was amazing people. It was Tamsin Greig. And I actually can't remember the other names at the moment.
Tamsin Greig, she stood out for you.
Yeah, she did the one in the antique shop. Which one's that one?
Is it from the second series where they... Oh, God, I can't remember. Is that...
And she's sort of going bust, I think? I can't remember.
Yes. Oh, I'd forgotten about that one.
But they put them on during COVID because it was one-person plays and they could get around the rules that they needed to do and all that. And I saw the whole set. But yes, Alan Bennett, absolutely huge inspiration.
For my drama school auditions, I did not get into any drama schools, I hasten to add, but I did A Chip in the Sugar, the Alan Bennett one.
Yeah.
But when I'd been at school, I'd done at a school cabaret the Julie Walters one, Her Big Chance.
Yeah.
The one where she thinks she's being an actress and then it turns out that
she's doing porn.
But
A Chip in the Sugar, isn't that where He has the gay porn mags in
That's
in a
right.
thing above his...
I've seen your magazines, not chess magazines, chess men.
Chess men, yes.
I remember that was like absolutely like devastating to me. I was like, does
Yeah.
that mean someone like me could be obvious?
And he played that one, didn't he? In the
That was
TV
him
show.
doing it.
Yeah.
But sorry, I went off because I thought, I see another connection here. So you wrote your monologue though. It doesn't sound like it was like Alan Bennett, but I'm just saying, was there a
Oh,
similarity?
it was definitely a pastiche. It was
pasty.
a loving pasty.
An Alan Bennett pasty.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we had to get them recorded, and I didn't. I hate to stop. You actually have an ant crawling in
I thought I had
circles on your
something.
head.
I thought.
Oh, it's now coming down the bridge of your nose. It's right on your forehead. Would you like a hand?
I feel like this could be
I'll
our
take it
new
off
Alan
on
Bennett
the-
monologue.
There he goes.
An ant amongst the eyebrows. This episode is brought to you by My Garden Escape at QVC. The second the weather improves, I become convinced I'm the sort of person who spends all summer reclining outdoors and hosting impossibly chic alfresco lunches. And thanks to My Garden Escape at QVC, I'm getting closer to living that fantasy. They very kindly sent me a gorgeous Garden Stories Studio 70 reclining lounger, a fabulous terracotta fringed parasol, and a beautiful indoor-outdoor rug, and I can't wait to put them to good use. I also really love this Richard Jackson's Premium Easy Compost. It comes in this compact little box. You just add water, and it makes up to 80 litres of peat-free compost. It's brilliant. My Garden Escape at QVC is like having your own virtual garden centre at your fingertips. There's everything from stylish furniture and solar lighting to big-name brands like Ninja and Le Creuset. Search My Garden Escape at qvcuk.com to discover more and use code POTTER for £10 off your first order. That's code POTTER. Minimum spends and terms on the QVC website. This episode is sponsored by Saily. Now, one of my favourite things when I'm away somewhere new is simply wandering. No plan, no particular destination, just seeing where a street or a path might lead. But the funny thing is, even when you're happily getting lost, your phone still ends up being called upon. Checking a map, finding out if somewhere's open, or working out how to get back before it gets dark. And that's exactly where something like Saily can help. Saily is an eSIM app that gives you access to affordable mobile data around the world, so you can use your phone when you need to, without worrying about unexpected roaming charges. You simply install the app once, choose a data plan for wherever you're travelling, and you'll be connected as soon as you land. After that, whenever you head somewhere new, you just open the app, choose a new plan, and you're ready to go. It even comes with a built-in ad blocker that not only stops unwanted ads from loading, but helps reduce wasted data too. And if you travel often, Saily Ultra is worth a look, with unlimited global data, cashback in credits, and a NordVPN subscription included as well. Download the Saily app from your app store and use code TOMALLEN at checkout to get 15% off your first purchase. So, we were where we were. And
God, we're still on this monologue.
Still on the monologue! And then what happened? You had to get it recorded, but you couldn't find an old lady to record it.
Yeah, so I did it myself.
Quite right.
And then I got asked, somebody heard it and I got asked to do it live as part of something. And that was kind of the first time that I did drag on stage. I'd done like Halloween drag. I'd been Cruella de Vil a couple of times and, I'd like played around.
But we don't want to do this. We don't want to be silly.
I was a character actress.
Yes, absolutely. We want to be. When will people see the sadness in our souls?
Yes.
As Joe Orton said, all comedy is the channeling of a private sadness.
Ooh.
Deep, isn't it?
Oh,
Very deep.
that's cut quite close, actually.
You're welcome.
Someone said to me recently, I was being interviewed about something and they were looking back at previous shows that I'd done. They said, oh, so your first show was about depression, your second show was about anxiety, and your third show is about this. Do you want to tell us something? It's like, wow, I've never really been seen in that way before.
What do you mean? I'm fine. So I feel like another ant.
It's back.
It's ant on my head. Sorry, and as you were telling... Yes, depression, yes. Sorry. I said flick an ant from my face. But I think, it's important to talk. We want to talk about things, don't we?
Yeah. And then everything kind of just snowballed from there. And now we're like 20 years later, and it's my entire world doing this. So it really is by accident.
But it's to trust those little instincts, those little moments when a small path sometimes appears, and you think, I'll try it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Actually, that turns out to be the main one.
Yeah.
I think because a lot of the time, especially when we're younger, it's kind of assumed that, I don't know, there's one clear motorway you're going to follow.
I'm not sure if I found my main one yet.
Right, but that's what...
There's still time.
Well, as you said about the university course, I was thinking, but how bonkers that script writing was one side and performance was the other. Like, surely it benefits both to do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And you'll be better skilled on the back of that, right? I would have said. But I think it's a very exciting moment now, because I think drag performers, queer performers are being given more space where they don't just have to, like you say, be funny. Like, it's great that we can be funny, but can be storytellers and talk about things in depth. And I think that is so thrilling.
It's fun. It's fun having the space as well to tell stories that aren't just about the queer experience.
Right.
Because you can represent queer life and the wonderful thing that it is without having to directly talk about it. You don't have to do something issue-based in order to do that, The shows that I make are about the most ridiculous, stupid things. But of course they reflect my life and the world around me and my outlook at the same time.
But I think as well, what we have as a superpower is a queer perspective.
Yeah.
So we can look at any part of society, but just used to being outsiders. And I think that's a wonderful thing, actually, that I've always felt like if I could change it, I wouldn't.
Oh, absolutely not.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
I think it's kind of a real privilege, actually, that we get to sort of see things through our eyes and the eyes of, let's face it, elderly women who we dream of being.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing it. Don't know about you.
I've got a gardening podcast. So in a way, we've all done it. This brings us very neatly on to your fabulous tour.
Yes.
So I want to say pony show, but it's show pony,
It's
isn't
show
it?
pony,
I often get people's thing wrong, so I'm sorry. Show pony. And it starts this September.
Yes, I've got a couple of work in progresses in Edinburgh. I'm going to Edinburgh for 2 nights only, and I'm feeling very good about it.
Yes, have you done Edinburgh before?
I have quite a few times.
Oh, yes, okay.
And I love it. It's an amazing place. It's an amazing experience. It's not for a woman of my age.
It's not for me either. I mean, I often talk about it with my friend Susie. We had great times there, but it's intense. And I think there's a real emotional roller coaster that goes to that festival.
And being in drag on top of it.
Oh my
Like
goodness,
that added layer of, in order to be a human being, you have to spend 3 hours getting into makeup every day.
Gosh, yes.
That's tough.
That's a
but
lot.
yes,
So,
the tour starts in September, runs all the way till February. It's called Show Pony, which is a title that I made up nearly 2 years ago.
It takes time to percolate.
Well, you know how these things work. You submit your photograph and your title, and then all the time passes, and then you come to write the show.
Yeah.
You think, whoa, what's all this about?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But that's sometimes good, isn't it? It motivates us.
Yeah, great. It's great. So I'm right in the middle of making it right now. And it's come to be about, it imagines a world in which Ginger Johnson was an experimental rock star in the 1970s.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly that era we were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, camp in all its forms.
So I'm writing, it's full of original songs and storytelling, and I'm performing the songs in the show, and I'm working on all of that now. It's so exciting. I'm having so much fun doing it.
And I love a show like that incorporates somebody's whole plethora of skills. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes we're, as we've said already, but like someone's conditioned to go like, no, that's your thing, you do your thing.
Yeah.
Actually, as human beings, we're multifaceted.
Yeah. I love to go on an adventure for a show. I love that sort of tends to be how my shows work. I either go away and learn about something or challenge myself to do something, and then that I come back and tell my audience what I found out.
Yes.
So with my previous show, it was about becoming a daredevil, and I got shot out of a cannon every night at the end of the show. That was a lot of stuff to carry around. So this time I'm a rock star.
Yeah, much easier.
But it's really fun, and it's using a part of my brain I haven't used for a long time. I've always written songs as part of my work, but it's a much bigger element of the show this time. And I have a jazz background. I'm a saxophone player, and I've always sung in my shows as well. But this is a real different place I'm adventuring through at the moment. It's so fun, exciting. It's given me a real thirst for writing and performing again.
But it's so thrilling to watch as well when you see somebody who is, in a sense, vulnerable, because you're putting all of yourself out there, but also it's so exciting to see someone, what do young people say, actualizing. They're kind of like, it's sort of, you're embodying all of your many talents.
Well, you just have to try out other people's lives every now and again.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I made bad choices. Maybe I should have been a rock star.
Maybe, yeah, what a lovely thing, but how extraordinary to explore it. Because I think as well, like we're saying, I mean, as well, Camp, and also all the musicians then, I mean, that fabulous kind of, I'm thinking Mark Bolan especially, but of course, all the others.
Yeah, I've gotten really into this album by a band called Aphrodite's Child. This is like a real experimental rock deep cut, which it's called 666, and it's a concept album about the devil, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And that was one of the sort of the linchpins of me getting into this idea. And of course, Janis Joplin, who is an all-time icon of mine. So I'm sort of living my Janis Joplin fantasy in this show.
Yeah, what a great hero to have.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And yeah, why not embody it? And I sometimes think as well, I look back on certain things I've felt or wanted to do and felt like I had to hide that because it was embarrassing or something. And now as I've gotten older, I go, oh no, that's the thing I should talk about. That's the thing I should like not shy away from. No, not that you would have perhaps shied away from any of those things, but I don't know if you feel that. Like now's the time. Do it.
Yes, I mean, time constantly slipping away.
Oh,
when is not the time?
It's true though. It's later than you think. It's a maudlin thing that people say, isn't it? But as well, I was thinking of Traffic as well. Is it Traffic the band?
I don't know Traffic.
Well, I do. We mentioned before we were recording about some heroes of ours, Taylor Mack.
Yes.
And Justin Vivian Bond.
Yeah.
And I saw them at a festival called Queer Up North at Contact in Manchester, and they did a song called "The Low Spark of High Heeled Boys."
Yeah.
And
amazing.
They all did it as like it was so cool. But I think that whole era is such a rich territory.
Yeah. Justin Vivian Bond was still is a massive icon of mine, but was one of those people that when I was like 19, I found them on the internet, and it just completely expanded my mind into a whole other area of queer art that I didn't understand. And I'm still coming to understand because it's so multifaceted and exciting, And I actually got to see them perform in New York at Joe's Pub last year.
Oh, great.
It was unbelievable.
Wonderful.
She's a huge icon of mine, absolutely fab.
I'm so glad to talk about that whole gang and all those people who were so, I similarly found very inspiring and were quite, well, maybe not, but they seem very underground. They felt very subversive.
And Joey Arias, do you know Joey Arias?
No, I don't know Joey Arias. I've heard the name.
You might recognise the face. Very blunt Betty Page bang and the hair, and sings like Billie Holiday. Did a whole album of singing Billie Holiday. There's also an amazing filmed performance that Joey did where she's like spinning round on a wheel that you would throw knives at, and she's singing. Absolutely amazing singer. That underground New York scene is really, really inspiring.
And
to me.
I remember watching Short Bus. Do you remember watching?
Yes,
so
Justin's
rude.
in it.
Yes, so rude. Don't watch it with your mum.
No, do watch it with your mum.
Do watch it with
She needs to see that.
Maybe your mum would love it. But I remember that and being like, what is that? I don't know how you get into that scene and that world.
And there was a parallel scene running in the UK as well. David Hoyle is one of those people.
Yeah.
Amazing. And David's having a moment at the minute with Mugler, and it's so fabulous. So fabulous.
I think, that's true, that those those amazing performers have been around. And I think what is so exciting, and I think you're really at the vanguard of that. Is that the right way of using that word?
Is that a new bar?
Vanguard. Yeah, we should open it. That would be a good bar.
Where's happy hour?
When's happy hour? It's Alan Bennett theme, it's sad hour. But I think what you're doing is just so thrilling because it is actually building up such a broader audience in a really brilliant way. I think it's so exciting what you're doing.
I'm really just trying to have fun.
And that's what people need.
It sounds so cliche, but that really is what I'm trying to do. And I really think if you're telling stories to an audience and they know that you're enjoying doing it, then they can't help themselves but enjoy it as well.
Absolutely.
You can tell them any old rubbish if you're having a nice time.
But that's it's not always the thing, it's the feeling, isn't it?
Yes.
That they get. And I remember that as a stand-up, and when I sort of had a few moments of epiphany, and one was I would sometimes walk out in front of audiences and they'd have their arms folded and they'd be like, oh, they'd look really angry. And it dawned on me, I thought to myself, but if I'm having fun on stage, giving it all the energy I can, and they're still like, oh, I hate this, then that's kind of on them.
Yes.
Because, like, I'm doing everything I can to have a good time.
Yeah.
If you're, like, maybe you just need to take a look at yourself because you just seem to be quite miserable.
Yeah. I actually had a stress dream the other night about the worst death I've ever had on stage, which was in Edinburgh.
Oh, mine was in Clapham. But
really?
Yeah.
But it wasn't my own show. I did one, they do those big showcase shows with lots of people in.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was the one, what's the really big one at the really big theatre that is a radio show? I can't remember what it's called. It's
Loose Ends or?
No, it's like live from and then the name of the theatre, and it's the local Edinburgh radio station.
Sorry.
Do you know the one I mean?
Yes, and they do it at Edinburgh Playhouses?
Yeah, it's a giant theatre that they do it in. I had sped across town after my show and I'd had to get back into full drag in the space of 20 minutes because I'd been fresh from getting shot out the cannon. So I was a little bit degraded. And I've never died like that on stage ever in my life. And I had such a vivid dream about it the other day. But it's funny, maybe I just wasn't for them, clearly, because I was killing it everywhere else I was going in Edinburgh.
How interesting.
And I wonder if it was, I'd built it up to be this quite big thing that I was going to do. It's everything you do in Edinburgh is a chance to promote your show, and you never know who's in the audience, all of that kind of thing. Yeah. But God, it was deathly. And I ran from that building. I ran.
I've absolutely been there, and
literally off the stage, down the stairs, onto the bus,
and somehow
not even stopping to say goodbye.
I mean, in a good way, sometimes that protective instinct in us kicks in and goes, "You need to look after yourself here." Because I think a lot of the time, as performers, it can be like, "Well, you get out there and do it. You got to be able to do it. You should be able to do this, and you should be able to." And actually, those moments for me, and I do remember them in Edinburgh as well, were just like, "Oh God, am I okay?" And it would be one of the few times I'd actually kind of allow myself space to go, "You're okay. It's okay."
It's one of the pitfalls of having a job where your ability is constant feedback in the very second that you're doing it. Like somebody that works in a different field might have a really terrible week at work, and it won't lead them to think, I've ruined my life and I have to do something else.
What can I do? Exactly.
But that's because they haven't got 1,000 people staring in silence at them.
Bless,
sorry, did that hurt?
Bless you. I know that feeling. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, some of those shows.
But it doesn't happen very often.
In
fact, I can't think of another time it's happened like that for me.
And also from those experiences, it does galvanise. Great. Much more experienced performers.
Yes, and it gives you something as a yardstick to be like, well, at least it wasn't as bad as that.
And I think everybody has to go through it, don't they? Everybody has to have those days that are like that, and they teach us about ourselves, I think, in a good way.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't wish them to have them again, but I'm glad. Like so many bad experiences. Yes, I guess it was good that I did that. I had that experience of feeling like, there's the bell of my career.
Bring out your dad.
How many times did I die? But no, that's what I think makes us into seasoned performers, that you can handle and understand different audiences, isn't it? And I think
because there's nothing worse than a performer that's never died and goes out there thinking that they're absolutely bomb-proof.
Oh my goodness! And
I don't wish that on anyone either.
I mean, I mean, you do meet people who are like that, and I think, gosh, That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
But well, I think this is what's so exciting about your tour, because I know you've toured before, but this is a step up, isn't it? It's
Yes.
a new touring.
Yes, I think we're doing 37 dates.
Fabulous.
We're everywhere.
Great.
I'm excited. Touring is my very, very, very favourite thing to do.
It's lovely, isn't it?
There is nothing more magical than travelling around the country and having lots of lovely people who want to see you come and sit down and be in your company for a couple of hours.
And they're so excited to see you.
I know, is there anything better than that?
What a lovely thing.
And I get to meet a lot of them, and I get to share whatever thing I've been working on. It's a dream. I'm so lucky that is what I get to do for my job.
You work very hard. You work
it's
very
wonderful.
hard to make it.
Really
make it
wonderful.
Work. But no, I'm absolutely thrilled for you. So Show Pony, and so people can get tickets at
gingerjohnson.co.uk.
gingerjohnson.co.uk. And so you're going to be 36 dates. What are the key? Where are you starting off? I should say.
I'm starting in Cardiff.
Cardiff,
yeah,
lovely.
At the Millennium Centre.
Beautiful.
I'm doing a couple of nights there, and I've also got a week in London. I've got a week at Soho Theatre in London in November, and then we run all the way through until February next year.
It's going to be extraordinary. People are going to love it, and they're going to be thrilled that you've come to them. So
ready for my rock debut.
Oh yes, it's great. What a great idea. I love it. But it's going to be inspiring. So thank you so much for talking to me about it.
Thank you.
Ginger Johnson, thank you so much for joining me here in the garden. Oh, and I've forgotten to ask the one thing I'm supposed to ask, which is like a format point.
Yes, tell me.
And that is what, sorry, it's a bit of a gear change after I rounded it all up so neatly. Ginger, what is your earliest memory of being in a garden?
What is my earliest memory of being in a garden? My mum, we didn't really have much of a garden when I was growing up. I lived on like a 1970s built housing estate, but my mum made the most of the small area out the back of the house that we can. And she would always fill it with, gorgeous plants, and the time that she had, it was really, really beautiful. And then I have a really clear memory, I must have been maybe 4 or 5. We got some guinea pigs one summer, and my dad built a little hutch for them to live in the garden, and we brought them home from the pet shop. And there's these pictures of us sitting on camping chairs with tea towels on our knees, holding the guinea pigs. Yeah. And then we went inside, and I can just hear the blood-curdling scream of my mother, who was stood at the back window looking into the garden as the guinea pigs went one by one and chopped down every single flower in the garden. It was like watching trees fall in the Amazon as they nibbled the bottom of them, and the daffodil would like fall to the floor. And they cleared the whole garden in about 10 minutes flat.
I would never have thought a guinea pig could do that.
Oh yeah, they loved it. Then we built this sort of cage for them to run around in that was like an outdoor area for their house. But yeah, it was sort of everything that my mum had worked towards all summer.
Oh, bless.
Just to be decimated in 10 minutes of guinea pig time.
Hateful guinea pigs.
I know. Bless them, they were called Pinky and Perky.
Of course they were. But they weren't too perky when your mum had finished with them.
Not once they were caged again. Get in your cage.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I like that.
So I think that's probably my, it's not a fond memory.
Doesn't have to be.
Maybe my earliest memory of a garden.
Oh, I like that too. I like that. Well, Ginger Johnson, thank you very much for joining me here in the garden. It's been an absolute treat for me. And, well, apart from anything else, I feel like I've been like, and that reminds me of me. But it's been wonderful to connect like that. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, that's the end.
Bye.